Good Friday evening to you, everyone. It is good to see you, and it is good to be seen by you. How is everybody? I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful evening. It's Friday. I mean, we can't complain. And you're here with me, Bill Sylvie, aka the Dungeon Delver, coming to you live, loud and clear, from an undisclosed survival bunker located somewhere deep within the swamps of Central Florida. Hello, how are you? Let me ask you a favor. Let me just ask you a small, just a little. It's a small thing. If you haven't already done this, now if you have done this, don't scramble for your account to double check. Don't panic. Don't relax, calm down. Um, If you haven't already, please click the subscribe button and click the bell icon for notifications, particularly if you are watching me over on Twitter land. If you could scuttle over here to YouTube, even if you want to just perambulate back to watching on Twitter, if you would give me a subscribble, I would appraisal it. I don't know why I did that, and I apologize for it. But anyway, welcome, one and all, back to Gamma World Fridays. Now, if you were here expecting more Call of Cthulhu, well, you weren't paying attention to what I said before and after the Call of Cthulhu games, and that is the exception, not the rule. And we're going to be playing some classic Gamma World here real soon. My players are warming up in the green room right now. They're having some pistachios, some Hennessy. I got a little charcuterie board out there. I've upped my game. I'm just trying to keep them happy. But anyway, so thank you, one and all, for stopping by. Do I have the full size Twix? I think there's a bag in there. Maybe I put it in the fridge so it wouldn't melt. So check it out. But anyway, Tony Wagenhauser. Is it Wagen soft G or Wagen hard G? You'll have to tell me, Tony. I don't know. And if you're saying it, again, I can't tell. But thank you, Tony. Thank you for hanging out with us this evening. Painting miniatures, an entirely cromulent pastime to engage in. So let us assume for a moment that you are a new subscriber. And you maybe you subscribed during the Call of Cthulhu live stream, or at some point this week after the Call of Cthulhu live stream, but before tonight. And you're like, what is going on here? What we do is most Friday evenings, we kind of adopted this, and we've been doing this for a fair, almost 2 years now. I bet Doomsword will know. I bet Doomsword is probably back there, and he's got the numbers to hand. But we've been playing Gamma World, good old Jim Moore fueled classic Gamma World, and just enjoying the heck out of it. Or I've been enjoying the heck out of it. I have mutated, irradiated, nucleated, and separated lots and lots and lots of characters. Is this the group we started with? Not by a long shot. Not by a long shot. But we have had fun in the time that we've been playing. So anyway, that's what we're going to be doing tonight. We're going to be playing some classic Gamma World, and I'm here for it. And I'm happy about it. And that's going to be kicking off in a few minutes. So this weekend, I am doing nothing. There are no live streams this weekend, not from me. So we will be back after tonight. Our next show back is going to be Monday. Monday is going to be kind of crazy. I don't know how good or bad the stream Monday will be because we're having some home renovations done during the day Monday. I'm not sure how long that's going to take. I'm not sure how involved I'm going to have to be. I would wager by 8 o'clock, when we usually kick off the Monday show, that they should be done. That it should be done and over. I'm having new windows put in the house. We don't have that many. Um, so that's going to take up a fair amount of time Monday. Who knows? Maybe they could come in and knock it out like that. Or maybe they could be like, well, we've done this much and we'll be back tomorrow. And they're leaving after sundown. I don't know. I hope it's not that long. Now, obviously, I don't have to do much in that respect. Thank the maker. But, they're going to want stuff moved. They're going to want our approval. They're going to want signatures. I mean, blah, 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 blah. So I don't know. But I can tell you this. We've got a mail call Monday that is really fun, really cool. And as always, I have opened it, and this time I've enjoyed it beforehand. It is not directly D&D related, but I think you'll all agree when you see it that it is going to be gaming related in the overall. You'll see when it gets here. Thank you, Tony. Thank you. That interview was a lot of fun. I cannot believe that interview is 22 years old, 22 years and change, because I did that in early September of 2002 was when I interviewed Gary. So that was a minute or two ago. And people have told me, they're like, hey, that's pretty darn rare. There's not interviews that long with Gary. To which I say, like, if you go and you look at the 60 Minutes hit piece, and then there's some stuff, the BBC talked to him a little bit. All this is available on YouTube. And then there's Jesse Spiro's excellent documentary, The Dungeons and Dragons Experience, which came out, I want to say 2003, 2000, right in there. It's broken into pieces because Mr. Sparrow talked to other people, but there's interviews with Gary. So it's not the only one. It's not the only one. But I think people have said that at an hour it's the longest, and it does end abruptly. I know that the recording application on my PC crashed. Fortunately, it merely closed the audio file, so I didn't lose anything. I would have been devastated if I had lost it. And in case you're curious, in case you're wondering, yes, locally, I have many backups of that audio file. So it's it's going to be good. The thing with our Windows, hey, FMCS Recon, the thing with our Windows Orbital, is the biggest thing we're getting out of them now, obviously, Windows these days, double pane, argon gas in between, all that razzmatazz. But the thing with Windows today, or not today, the thing with the Windows we're getting put in is the new fitment in the holes for the windows, basically, is going to eliminate cracks. Because I've got one or two windows here in the house that, like, you could slide a sheet of paper between the frame and the wall, just like right through outside, which is no bueno when it's hot or cold. So there you go. Doc Flamingo, hello, how are you? Well, you guys don't want to hear about the condition of my house. You certainly don't. No, you came here so we could enjoy some tabletop RPGing. So let me don my headphones and welcome in our our panel of gamers. So everybody, please say hello to Kevin as Bennett Davis.
Hello, I'm here. I'm here.
All righty. Doom Sword Deathmaster as Probably Sane.
Hey, how's it going?
Kennick as Monday.
Hey, peeps.
And a guy we just can't get rid of. I know, I've tried. Yang Yen Zhao as Rex Dashington.
Good evening.
So, hello, hello, hello. Thank you all for returning to the game. So, last time, you folks had crossed the great the great inner ocean, Lake Gitchigoom, and found a small town to explore and do some trading in while you were trying to carry out the wishes of the Baron of Horn. So, you did some trading, and I believe that you had decided to head back to your submarine, yes?
Sure.
Yeah, I think that was the plan. I know we got some clothes, right? So we would fit in the town. We
Correct.
made some successful trades in the weapon shop. Uh, we were talking offline. I know that I have some things. If we haven't like left to the sub yet, I can't recall. I have some things that I'd like to try to offload at the general store that I didn't think about getting rid of, and I think other people may as well. I just want to get them off my sheet. Basically, I've been lugging this stuff around for 2 years.
All right. So, what exactly do you wish to trade?
Um, the only stuff of any real value, I'm just going to get rid of the rest. Would be I've got a box of painted miniatures.
Okay.
I've got an old broken FDM printer. I have a weird stainless pot, and I have a vibro scalpel or whatever.
Yes, the vibro scalpel you picked up at the samurai base not too long ago. All right, so you're going to take these odds and ends to the general store there in the town. Let me have a quick gander at something here. Okay.
You've got a great charisma, so you should be on par with the barter.
I'm sorry, you were completely you were completely muffled there. I only knew you were talking.
I was. Uh, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I was just kind of joking that with his charisma, he should get a decent deal.
Well, it's entirely possible he may. Entirely possible he may. All right. So the tradesman there in Eula listens to you. He examines the odds and ends, and we're going to do this one at a time. He says, well, mostly dealing Domars. How much for the little statuettes? What did you want for those?
Ah, man. Your guess is as good as mine. I mean, they're pretty cool. I, I don't know. Just
Yeah,
toss
they
me.
are.
Well,
That's
you interested in the other stuff? Because we could just make a package deal. You know what I mean?
all right. Hey, that sounds fair. I'll offer you. What do you say to 50 domars for the lot?
Done deal, Jack. Thank you.
All right. He takes the odds and ends and he slides you a stack of coins. Some are round, some are triangular, some are hexagonal, but they're all marked with the universal domar symbol.
Yes,
So
sir.
uh, you have your coins. Anything anyone else wishes to do while you are in Eula?
If we're all right there, I'm going to ask him, does he know some place we can charge batteries other than the Baron's barracks?
The the oh, we ain't got no Baron, not around here.
Oh, any place around here to charge batteries?
No, I'm afraid not.
Alrighty. Thank you much.
Okay. All right.
Uh,
Anything any
bef-
go
yeah,
ahead.
before we head out, I have an item I listed as rocket launcher thing. That I guess I would try to trade to the weapon guy.
Rocket launcher thing.
I don't remember where I picked it up, and it's been a month, so
I have a feeling that is something you found in the giant bugum lair.
oh, maybe.
Yes. So let's see.
Wait, Rex wasn't around for that. That was still Blue October. We were in some sort of crypts or something.
Oh, right. You guys were. I know where you're talking about now. Um, you were in the bunkers,
Yes,
which is where they found you in stasis.
could have been there or the samurai base. I'm not sure.
Okay. All right. All right, so you head back to Isher's weapon shop then, I'm guessing, yes?
Yes.
All right, he regards you as you enter and says, "Welcome back."
Good evening. I happen to have this, and he'll pull out the rocket launcher thing, and he'll say, I know you trade and find weaponry. I would like to make a deal, maybe for some Domars, or if you happen to have an extra battery pack, or sure we could find something to trade.
Okay. Now remind me, did you have it down as functional?
All I have written down is rocket launcher thing.
Okay. Okay. He looks it over and says, "Well, for an item such as this, with Granted, very effectively destructed, but somewhat limited ammunition. I offer you 100 domars.
Deal.
He arches his eyebrow and counts out the coins to you. It's a large 50 domar piece and then some loose and other assorted smaller coins, and takes the rocket launcher from you. Do you wish to purchase any weapons while you're here?
Do you have any battery packs or a hydrogen cell?
I don't. I haven't gotten any since the last time you asked, a day or two ago.
Well, I like to keep on top of things.
Still, if you wish to purchase a firearm, please feel free. The right to be armed is the right to be free.
That's a good point. Do you have any oh, that's weird. I had one, but any regular pistols?
You mean a
Slug
thrower,
throwers.
sir?
Sure.
Yes, sir, I do.
But I'm looking for an extra powerful one. Not the run of the mill.
He produces a handgun from behind the counter. It is a short, stubby looking gun, but it's got a very thick, heavy duty barrel assembly on top. He presses a button, the magazine drops into his hand. The bullets are large. They seem to be perhaps as big around as your index finger.
Can I? So I don't know. This might be metagaming. The one I had before was a 2d6. Can I tell if this will do a larger amount of damage?
Let's see. I mean, it definitely seems to be of a heavier caliber.
And how much would you want for something like that?
200 domar.
Ooh. Ooh. Oh, my friend. Just gave you a good piece for 100.
I understand that, my friend.
Little give and take here. We've done some good business with you.
You have given me the rocket launcher and taken 100 domars from me. If I give you the pistol, I must take 200 domar from you.
Why don't we do a 100 for a repeat customer?
I have a selection of smaller caliber weapons for less. He puts the pistol back in its box, closes it, clicks the latch with finality, and sets it under the counter, and produces a display tray that has smaller caliber slug throwers on it.
Rex will give him a very disappointed look.
He spreads his hands and shrugs his shoulders.
Well then, I think that will conclude business for today.
I understand, my friend. Alrighty.
So he'll go back to the group.
Okay.
Bennett has nothing to sell.
Bennett has nothing to sell. Okay, so you all meet in the town square there, in Eula. So what next?
So
I suppose we'll go ahead.
I was going to say, as I recall, we did beach the sub. So I think we might be walking from here.
Seems that way, unless you got a flick car sitting around.
We do have a flick car sitting around on the other side of the lake.
Yeah. Well, I ain't swimming across, and I don't think you is either.
So maybe we should pick up our friend in the sub and look for a town right on the coast here so we can maybe catch a boat ride across back.
Why don't we just leave her?
Yeah, I mean, at least while we explore some more, I mean, unless you want to take it along with you, the rules is your responsibility. As far as the town, I think this is as good as we're going to get for a long ways.
Well, maybe we should find out if they have any boats.
Well, we already...
We can charter something across. We can't? I thought they had fishers.
They have said that they have fishers. So...
Well, you could try to ferry across that way. I'll go along, Maybe we should just trek off into the wilderness and see what happens, too, if that don't pan out.
I'd be okay with whichever we want to do. I mean, do we think there's more in the wilderness here? We want to explore first?
Well, there's probably more there than there is in the town at this point. I mean, we bought up everything of value.
Well, yeah, this town, but... How many days have we been away from the university? I mean, I've got plants drying too.
You have been away from the city of Horn now for really not that long. About 4 days now.
And the plants are going to be 5 or 7 days to dry. Or doesn't it really matter? It's a minimum and not a maximum.
The plants, I mean, it is, let's see. Uh, 3 days of full sunlight to dry out.
But they can stay dry after that, and it doesn't dilute the potency. Or
oh yeah, so as far as you know, it doesn't.
Okay, so they're dry whenever we get back. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you guys want to do.
Well, I think there's a stand of woods out there to the east. Maybe we could try that, or we just walk down the coast. I mean, back to the coast is the way we came, but it's the first sign of settlement that we've seen. So, maybe there's something, because we did travel across that lake for a ways, looking for something of interest.
I think we should stay along the lakefront and see what we can find. There's got to be more cities here, because water provides both food and transportation as well as a resource. So I would think there would be a couple more cities up this way.
Yeah, unless they got at by sea monsters.
I do think there's at least one monster in the sea. I kind of remember somewhat the circumstances related to that. Why don't we let's just walk up around the lake, and if we pass the woods and it looks like something's interesting in there, we'll go in there and see what we can find in there. I'm not a big fan of plants. Seems like plants are kind of bad in this, in this environment. But sea's not better. I can tell you that.
Works for me.
Alrighty, let's get her done.
All right.
Okay, so you are basically seeking to navigate around this lake and try and make your way back to the Baron. I keep saying the Duchy of Horn. It's the Barony of Horn, correct?
Well,
Yeah,
I think
that's
the idea
correct.
is to go back to the flick car, right?
Yeah, right.
Which is over there.
Which is what I think it was 3 or 4, 5 maybe kilometers away from there, or something like that.
Yeah.
As I can remember.
Right. So okay. Are you taking a southerly or northerly route along the lake shore?
That would be southerly, right? Because I believe we came up to the north to get to this town. So southerly would be back towards the base where we found the sub and all that.
Okay. All right. Well, keeping the lake on your right, you begin to walk south.
Nice knowing
And
you, Karen.
I was walking along. Is the moon out?
Singing a song
if you
side by
guys
side.
if you guys want to leave at night, you absolutely can. Meme aside.
Yeah. Well, it still could be out even during the day, right?
Very true. Very true.
Yeah. No, we're not leaving at night. At least I don't think we are we?
No, we're not.
Okay. I mean, I'm not one to shirk a challenge, but yeah, we seem to have problems during the daytime. I think that's enough challenge.
Yeah, night's kind of suicide here.
Well, in the beach, don't forget, we got just walking along the beach, minding our own business. We got ambushed by some giant plant thing from underneath the sand.
Yeah, that encouraged me to continue my belief that plants suck.
Yeah.
Yeah, plants really suck, let me tell you.
We never run into like a strawberry patch.
That's right. That is yet to happen.
Oh. Great. Give the DM ideas.
Plants versus zombies.
The angry strawberry patch.
Plants versus players. Anyhow, all right. So you begin your walk around the lake to get back to the other side.
Why did we cross the lake? To get to the other side.
So you calling us chickens?
All right. You cover about in the daytime. You guys cover maybe, I don't know, 30, 40 kilometers before you just start getting just exhausted. You are beat tired, and you're in kind of a sort of a marshy area there on the far shore of the lake, and night has fallen.
Yeah, maybe we should camp or similar. I really don't feel like meeting up with one of those nasty plants at nighttime.
All right.
Are there twigs along the way as it's starting to get dark as we're walking?
Yeah, there's some dry grasses and some branches and such.
Okay. I mean, we'll poke them first to make sure, but yeah, we'll gather them to make a fire.
Okay.
Oh, we lost our tent, didn't we? Damn it.
I think we traded it.
Yeah, as far as I'm aware, you guys have whatever you're carrying on your persons as far as clothes and your weapons. So
Yeah, damn. Yeah. Let's hope
Are
it's
there
not
any
a
trees
nor'easter.
nearby?
I'm
Do we
sorry,
have
there was some crosstalk.
Oh, apologies. Is there a tree line nearby, or we just got yards and yards of beach?
It's dark. You can hear the surf on your right as you are headed south. Um, you think maybe inland there may be some stands of trees and whatnot?
Well, we're gonna have to come up with some camping plans. I mean, my estimation, we got another couple days of this at least, huh? So, I mean, maybe not, but how you guys want to do this? You want to lay up on the beach, uh, so that whatever can just climb out, beach itself, eat you, take you back in with nobody hearing you scream? Or do we want to go a little further and stay on the sand where the plants might blast out of the ground and grab you and suck you down so nobody can hear you scream? Or you want to go to the woods?
There are no good options here.
That's right.
There aren't.
So are you saying that the going to the woods just requires us to provide more effort with no consequence difference? Is that what you're saying? Because
So are
Hey,
you saying we need to go into the woods, climb into the tree, and make hammocks hanging down from the
hey, if you want to
branches?
go through all that, by all means. But at least we can climb the trees.
can we? What if they're not wanting us to climb them? I'm not.
Well, then we might get eight.
Yeah, maybe we should go to the middle. I mean, yeah. I'm assuming that if the plants are there, they're going to come up and get us right away. But like go in the middle of the beach, so we're not right next to the woods and we're not right next to the water, and maybe
Alrighty.
we have a chance, barring some land shark or something.
Well, no land sharks, please.
Do we know what is the least tragic area on these on our three choices?
Well,
The
the
sand,
wood,
the sandy soil, or the forest?
the
Which is the
forest is the only
least?
place we haven't gone into, so the rest have all had bad things.
Yeah.
But you could say that we already cleared the beach out.
Agreed, but that was 30 kilometers back, right? So, yeah, I say we just try it with the beach, and at least maybe we see him coming.
So how do we discourage? Do we have like a tarp or something we can lay down that may not trigger whatever is in the sand to come up?
We used to have an inflatable raft.
Well, we used to, but that doesn't help us now.
So just to ask, Bill, I have an aquatic scout suit,
Okay.
but since acquiring that, I also have a partial carapace, right? I have a partial carapace.
Yes.
Is that partial carapace now too big for me to put the suit on?
Oh no, the partial carapace is just it's uh, basically you have like thick, tough, leathery skin that
Okay.
can turn some small arm damage.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna. I think we can wear these. You guys still have yours, right? And I'll point out the aquatic scout suit.
Sure do.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Okay. Uh, yeah. I also, I mean, this doesn't help you guys, but I'm gonna change my density and size so I'm smaller and much more dense. Since I haven't used that yet, that's one of the new powers I have is the density control. Oh wait, no, that's not. It's others. Well, I can do it to others. I could do it to you guys, and then yeah,
Right.
I'm the one at risk.
And what does the more density do again? I read it before.
You get
Um,
so the smaller you are, the more dense you are, the more AC you have. The better AC, it says a higher AC, but it's actually a
Right.
lower AC, right?
Right.
So half the size is twice the AC, and then they state here that if you are at 1/8 size, that you move at 1/8 movement, which you're sleeping, it doesn't matter. But you also are pretty much impenetrable. It can't be punctured by any type of sword, or spear, arrow. But you don't. You kind of have a reflex effect. You can't really dodge.
So
Yeah,
I'm going to
exactly.
put the beetle shield down, and I'm going to sit on it and say, "Reduce me."
So we haven't done this before. I don't. It doesn't say there's like any kind of saving throws or checks or anything, Bill.
Yeah, no, you just so let's see here.
I mean,
And
you're doing that
it's
to me.
it says there is no limit to the number of times a mutant may change its density, and the change is instantaneous, which is interesting.
Okay.
So you could just shrink me out of existence.
Well, no, down to 1/8 size. It sounds like is the minimum or maximum, I should say.
It
Okay,
doesn't
so what-
say that, but yeah, I assume you're right.
what exactly is the mutation called?
It's
'Cause I don't-
density control,
density control.
and
Okay.
I have the others variant.
Density control. Raises the armor class in direct proportion to the size change. Yeah, you don't yeah, density control others, use it on others, use it as an offensive or defensive power on other beings. I would say if they're defensive, they're submitting. They're allowing it to happen.
Okay, so I'll ask. I was thinking if you guys want it, how big do you want to be, or how small?
Yeah,
I mean, you can actually get bigger if you want. You can have a lower AC and have faster movement, and get to be twice as big.
oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't think I want neither of them tonight.
So I'm going to put my shield close, but not dangerously close to the fire. And I'm going
Okay.
to sit in the middle and say, "Shrink me
All right.
as far as you can."
So alpha test.
Sure,
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah,
I'm
introduction.
game. I'm game.
I could do it as many times as I want, so we'll try half.
All right. Unfortunately, you only shrink her lungs. She begins to suffocate. I'm just kidding. All right.
Thanks, Gary.
how small are you seeking to make her?
Half her current size.
Half
So
size.
you'd
One
have
half.
twice the HP, or two times better the AC, but half the movement.
All right.
Yeah.
She shrinks down.
How do you feel?
I touch myself. Do I feel okay?
Yeah, I mean, you're kind of swimming in your clothes now.
That's fine. Am I small enough that the beetle's shield completely covers me?
No, you're small enough that the beetle shield is like a mighty tower shield, but it's not going to completely cover you.
So shrink me down so that I can sleep on the shield and be safe from below. Please.
All right. I'll put her at a quarter size. A quarter of her original size, not a quarter of this size.
All right. So you are at this point effectively armor class. Let's see. You're not getting any benefit from any closer armor. So that puts you at armor class 10. Do you get a dex benefit at all?
She probably won't.
No.
She's going to be moving slower, right?
Yeah, you're going to be moving slower. So any dex benefit is out. So 10 to 5. Let's see. A half-size mutant has twice the normal armor class, so 5. So you're effectively armor class 0 now.
Okay. And I'm on a beetle shield. So
Yes, you
that
are.
so below should help me a little bit more.
Yep, you're about that big.
Cool.
All right. So you are shrunk down.
And I sound like a tiny little thing.
Yes, you have a high-pitched voice now.
But I say,
Okay.
I'm good.
She's the Yancey equivalent in Gemerald.
Hey, Bennett,
Okay.
don't ever do that to me, okay?
Sure. Hey, I wouldn't do it unless you asked.
Thank you.
How about you, Rex? You good where you're at?
No, I'm fine. Thank you for asking.
Maybe you should try that on like the bad guys.
No, yes, try it on them. Try it on a plant next time.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Although,
right.
you know, yeah, they would be harder to hit. But yeah, let's find out what happens.
Yeah, and I mean
but maybe you could step on them.
it will be it falls under mental attacks, so you'll have to roll against their intellect.
And they're probably smarter than I am, so
I mean, well, not necessarily. I'm just saying it will count as a mental attack. So
okay, sure.
it's and the reason I'm saying that is it's not automatic success. Like
It should not be. Yeah, it should not be.
It's not going to be. So. Alrighty, so you have shrunken your companion. What are you guys doing now? You just kind of sitting around staring at her being shrunk?
I think Rex maybe is gonna hold like a ration just above her head, like just so she can't reach it.
Damn it! Give it to me! Damn it! Come on! Don't be mean.
We'll bring it down a little. Oh, up here. Come on,
You almost got it that
on
time.
your tippy toes.
Monday flips him off.
Okay.
and like sits down and pouts.
Couldn't see the finger though; too small.
Okay. When does Bennett sleep? I guess I should say is what watch does Bennett take?
Which watch do you guys want me to take? I'll take any of them. It doesn't matter.
Middle.
Okay, I'll take the middle watch.
All right. So first watch is it probably Sane, Rex, Dashington, or Monday in the first watch? Or is Monday just not taking a watch?
I don't think she can take a watch. She's tiny.
Rex
not gonna be very effective.
Off into the ocean, into the lake.
I mean, my little voice is probably not going to wake anybody up, even if I saw something.
What do you want to do, Rex? You want first or last? I'll defer.
I'll do the first.
All right, I'll take last. That'd be my preference anyway.
Okay. Bennett lays down, goes to sleep there on the ground. You're not sure at what point during his sleep, but Kennek, Monday wakes up, your back is in horrible pain, and you kind of look around and you realize it's because you're being bowed. You're lying on your shield. You are full size again.
Oh man.
So it does not apparently if Bennett isn't conscious, the power is not working. So
Yeah, we'll change some parameters for the beta test.
Yeah.
That's about all
Yeah.
you can do.
all right. So evening passes uneventfully. It's the next day. There's kind of a the usual bluish sky above you, a few clouds scudding as the sun rises behind you, looking out over the lake. Um, all right. So you continue on to the south, keeping you're keeping the lake on the right, correct?
Yes,
We
sir.
are.
So
All right.
how does it? We can't really see the other end of the lake, right?
Yeah,
It's
you
too
can't see
far.
the far. You cannot see
Okay.
the far side of
So
the
we
lake.
don't
No.
know if we made better. We may have gone the wrong direction, the long way, right? We just don't know. Okay. Yeah, I guess. Right, what can you do?
Yeah. All right. So you continue on your journey. Another day passes uneventfully. You come to you come to another point where you're all exhausted and you're all terribly, terribly hungry.
Let's eat something. We got some rations.
All right. You break out the rations and you eat. Barring any more demonstrations of uh of your powers, you guys just settling in for the evening. Same watch order.
Yes.
Sure.
How many rations do y'all have?
I have 11 days after this, so if you guys need some,
Right on.
Um,
I've got 3 after this.
I've got 10 and a box of flavor balls.
I've got 6 after this.
okay. So we're probably okay. We'll have to make a fishing pole maybe if we get unlucky.
Okay.
As long
So
as we don't
that's
catch something too big that we can't
10
reel in.
11 is 21 and 21. So yeah, you guys have got 30 rations. So for 4 people, 1 meal a day, that's 7 days. So you've got a week's worth of food.
And we can shrink the thing of a whole bunch and eat it.
All right.
So out of character, if he shrinks us, can we share a day of rations and that would like help 3 of us?
No, because
Oh, okay.
your metabolism increases accordingly. And let's see.
That's why hobbits have to have second breakfast.
They're like the
Just so.
maximum sized hummingbird.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So as you have your camp set up in the evening, it is on the who has the last watch? The watch just before dawn.
That would be me.
All right. Um so you're lying there and you hear this faint hum coming from somewhere. And it's approaching ever closer. You're not surprised by it because you're tweaked the way you are. But it's somewhere out in the darkness, and it is drawing closer. It is a steady electrical hum. You've heard it before.
Okay, I can't recall where we had heard that before, but it's ringing a bell, but it's back in there.
Didn't we hear the sound outside of the samurai base?
You've heard all kind of hums.
I'm sleeping.
All right.
Is it one
This
of the
is your
tanks?
problem.
I mean, out of character.
I can tell from which direction it's coming.
It sounds like it's coming from the northeast.
Okay, so that would be behind us and to the right, behind us and to the east, because we're headed south, right?
Correct.
All right. I'm gonna go over and like kick Rex with my foot, trying
Okay.
to remain quiet, wake him up.
He'll immediately jump to his feet, holding his laser rifle.
All right.
More plants?
Oh, no, man, you hear that?
Yes, you do. And as soon as he asks that, do you hear that? Hoving into view, there is a fairly large, it's maybe the size of a couple of flit cars, robotic unit just glides up to you. It's anti-gravity movement system, humming and crackling, and it draws to a stop. You can't quite make out the specific details of it because you only have a little bit of pale moonlight and starlight to go by. But you do kind of hear a whirring noise, sort of a hum and then a stop and then a hum and a stop. Those of you who are still asleep, you're startled awake by a loud booming voice that says, "Greetings!"
I'll sit up and look around. What the hell?
Yeah, large robotic unit.
Have I seen this before?
You've
I
seen the
don't think I've-
robotic units before, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Monday's going to look over and say, Disney?
It does not respond to that. It is pausing for a moment. Have you been treating the wildlife with respect?
Yes.
Of course.
Yeah.
Good. Make sure that you put your campfire out and follow all applicable park rules. Here, have a flyer. You hear kind of a whirring sound, but you don't see anything.
Thank you.
It looks like my paper dispenser is out of paper. I cannot produce a flyer currently. Have a wonderful evening.
Excuse me. Well, while you're here,
Yes?
do you know any shortcuts to get to the other side of the lake?
Hang on a second. I have all this monitor space and I don't have nearly enough space. But bear with me, Yang. He answers your question quickly. I do not.
You don't, but is the lake part of the park?
Just here along the shoreline, sir.
So the lake itself isn't part of the park then?
No, sir, it's not.
There might be somebody mistreating the park on the other side of the lake. Have you checked there recently?
No, sir, that is outside the range of the park. The good people of Wisconsin and the local United States Forest Service Division in Wisconsin will have to deal with matters. If, however, you can provide a description, I will contact them over the network. Uh-oh, it seems that my wireless internet connection is not operational.
How far does the park extend south?
You are 5 kilometers away from the southern edge of the park. You are 1.2 kilometers away from the visitor station. It is due east of where you are now.
You know, we were thinking about going to the visitor station since we're visitors and all. Do you think you could escort us there?
Of course.
Are there just to question? Are there difficult plants and animals there?
All animals are under Forest Service control, and you are under my protection.
Oh, okay, perfect. Maybe
Yeah.
we should have him take us to the visitor center. That might be safer. Might not be. I don't know.
Depends
I'd
on
be
what he
willing to go to the
recognizes
center.
as animals.
Yeah. If you could you please take us there?
Certainly. Follow me. I will move at a walking pace.
Can you illuminate the area around so we can see where we're walking?
Everyone is temporarily blinded when this thing lights up with the brightness of the sun from every direction. Like you hold your hand over your face and you can see the veins and bones.
So it's like that scene in Pee-wee's Big Adventure when he turns on the headlight glasses.
Yes, something exactly like that.
I'm going to say we're understand we're limited, so we will walk as far as we can, but we may need to stop. So we'll keep up as best as we can.
All right, so it starts to move inland, with you guys walking behind it, and it stops and shines a light on like a patch of vegetation and rattles off some information about that patch of vegetation. And that is the preferred domicile of, and it rattles off the name of something else. You're not entirely sure what.
Oh, I'm gonna write all this down because I'm gonna add this to my botany lessons.
Okay. Alrighty, so he just points this stuff out. I mean, it's only like he said, 1.5 kilometers to this place, and he seems to stop like every 10 meters to point out like there's a shattered tree stump, and he's like, this used to be but it looks like it has taken some damage. And then
so the plants going. I'm actually going to say, are there I'm going to ask if there's any medicinal properties to them.
Local Native American legends have it that, and it goes off on some lecture. Doesn't really provide you with any helpful information.
Dang it! I wanted to add to my repertoire.
It occurs to you this is probably pre-cataclysm. It might not be up on the latest mutated genus of plants. But eventually, this is a distance you guys could have covered in 10 minutes. 45 minutes later, you get there after it has stopped. It shines its light forward, And there's just broken ruins. Uh-oh, it looks like the visitor center has suffered some kind of damage. I will contact park headquarters and let them know. Uh-oh, it looks like my wireless internet connection is non-functional.
So, Mr. I don't know, escort bot, is it okay if we go over there and take a look at the damage to that building?
I want you to be safe. Please stay away from the ruins. And you can call me Ranger Bob.
Is it, Mr. Ranger, the Bob, is it against park policy for us to be in the ruins? Or are you just you're just asking us nicely?
I don't think the ruins look very safe.
Man, this thing don't know crap from crapola.
That is where you're wrong, sir. In this national park, I have a full knowledge of, and it proceeds to rattle off flora, fauna, locations of other, there is a secondary visitor center at the campsite, or at campsite A23. It is 2.5 kilometers to the southwest. If you would like to come with me.
Let's check out this campsite.
This whole time.
All right. It rotates and begins going in that direction and takes you through exactly the same routine. Do any of you know any spooky campfire stories?
Yeah, sleeping on a beach once.
Ooh, that chills me to the bones. Please continue.
Thinking about that, we saw this giant plant erupt out from under the sands and attempt to murder us. Do you have any idea what genus it was?
Ooh, that is a scary story. I will add it to my database. Let me tell you one. On a dark and stormy night, database error.
That is damn scary.
Uh-oh, it looks like my story database is empty, except for this bone chiller. Once, on a beach, a giant plant erupted and tried to eat 4 park visitors. Ooh.
Hey, looks like you can put stuff in there, so tell them about the batters, tell them about the sleeth, tell them about all that crap.
Numbers, you got all of the stories. You can completely fill them up.
Long enough.
Oh, yeah, well, I'm going to tell him all that stuff.
Okay. Wow, those sure are some humdinger stories. Thank you for sharing me with those. I should be able to tell them to the next park visitors I meet.
That's it.
Say, Bob, when was the last time you met park visitors?
Why, that was just 9 days ago.
So they were German?
No, sir. I believe they were from error, location not found.
So they weren't from Wisconsin.
No, I do not believe that they were. He just kind of continues on. Again, this takes far longer than it should. But eventually, you get to... this place is in better condition than the last place. There's a small collection of what looked like wooden log buildings. There's the rusted out hulks of a couple of vehicles kind of in the middle area of them. He kind of passes. Do you just see like this scarlet colored beam sweep back and forth? Uh-oh, someone has parked these abandoned vehicles here. I will notify the park's tow truck system. Uh-oh.
Wait.
It looks like my internal internet connection is not functional.
We got some vehicles. Let's check them out.
These are rusted hulks. These are literally like a tree is growing up through what you presume is the engine bay of one of them.
Let's see if there's like intact glove boxes or something. Maybe we'll find something.
Okay. He sees you approaching one of the vehicles and says, "Miss, is that your property?"
I think it's abandoned.
It is. If it is not your property, please leave it alone.
So I'll take a stick and I'll stand away from it and poke and see if the glove box opens. Because technically I'm not.
Okay, so you continue to poke it.
Just a little bit.
Okay. Miss, please leave that alone.
She's just looking for ID so we know whose it is.
You hear kind of this ascending hum coming from somewhere in it. Sir and madam, please leave the abandoned vehicle alone.
I'll drop the twig and walk away.
Thank you.
Honestly.
So, Bob, where's the safe place where we can stay? Is it here? Or is it another campground?
The cabins appear to be unoccupied at this time. If you'd like, you can fill out a visitor information form and occupy any of the cabins. Currently, these cabins are reserved, but the current reservers, file not found, database error, and data lost, have not appeared. What's up, Ricky Maru? Hello.
Can I get one of those forms to fill out?
No need, sir. We have modernized the Forestry Service. You hear a click and a whir, and there's kind of a glowing panel appears on the side of it. It's some kind of input terminal. You've used computers before, so you don't have to sit here and make a dozen different roles. And there's all kinds of places for you to input. First and last name, address, a Pahone number. You're not sure what that word is, but it seems to only take numerical input. Dietary considerations, just all sorts of cockamamie information it asks you for.
So I attempt to fill it out with cockamamie information, whatever
All
comes
right.
If they ask for an employer, put Disney.
Yeah.
It does.
I can give you my employee ID.
It does not ask you for your employee information. It simply once you sign it, it withdraws the panel and it closes up.
So I filled that out for all of us. So I guess we're ready. We can just hang out in the cabins. Or the cabin's doors intact and otherwise?
One of the cabin doors is completely broken in. The other two are closed.
Which cabin did we rent, or did we rent all the, or did we sign up for all 3 of these? What was it?
I have
Bob.
reserved cabin 3 for you, and it glides over to one of the cabins with a closed door.
All right, I'll walk over there and see if I can open the door.
It's swollen and a little tough to open, but yes, you can.
Bob, this door's kind of in a bad way. You might have your maintenance people come out after we're done staying and take a look at this.
I will file your complaint with maintenance. Uh-oh, my wireless internet connection is not functioning.
Yeah, we've heard. Thanks, Bob. Appreciate it. I'm gonna look in there, see what's in there.
It is largely bare. There is like a sagging kind of couch. There's a low table in front of it. There's a fireplace in one corner. And off to the side, conveniently, there are 3 beds. Two, one on top of the, well, I should say bed frames, one on top of the other, like they're stacked like bunk beds, and then one kind of by itself. And then there is a door near the beds.
Okay, yeah, there's places to sleep in here. Don't look all that comfortable. Just frames.
Seeing 3
There's
beds.
a roof over our heads. There's a floor underneath us, so there's a fireplace.
How about you do that shrink thing on Rex and Monday and put them in one bed, and then you can be on top of them in the top bunk, and then I can be on the one over there.
Yeah, no, I'll just stay normal size.
Well, we still need to do watches. I
Hey,
mean,
you ain't no fun.
somebody's got to be awake.
So, Bob, have you seen anything that would work as a useful mattress around this area? I'm assuming you've been around here.
I will contact Park Housekeeping for an extra mattress. Uh-oh, my wireless internet connection is not functioning. I'm sorry.
Hey, the floor is fine for me, Bob, as long as you take off.
Yeah, I think you've given us a good escort to this location. So, yeah, I mean, you probably got other places in the park you got to be. We're just going to hang out and sleep here. Thanks for setting up the reservation for us. You were a
You're
lot
welcome,
of help, Bob.
sir. I try. Please do not harm any of the wildlife in the park.
We wouldn't dream of it.
He scoots on into the pre-dawn darkness.
Which way does he go, just in case?
He goes north.
Okay.
Well, you think he goes north because he shuts off his lights after some distance, and you just kind of hear the hum.
Okay. Nice. So he went north, so in case we have to talk to him again for whatever reason. Really, I think he's talked enough for the rest of my lifetime.
So around the cabins, is there any wood in piles or anything like that, or do we need to gather
I mean,
some?
there's sticks and branches all over the place outside.
Okay, let's gather enough to keep us through the night for the fireplace.
Okay.
Yep.
Man, you guys all of a sudden want all the comforts.
Hey, there's a floor underneath us and a roof on top of us and walls around us. I mean, it's more secure than just being out on the beach. That's all I'm
we
saying.
can block that door.
Yeah. I'll try to close it and see if it does have a latch or anything on it.
Yeah. It's got a little mechanical latch. This must have been like first of all, it looks like maybe people had been through here, not going all the way back to the cataclysm, but like maybe travelers had moved through here and rested here periodically. So you're not sure if this is a deliberately rustic place that was made by pre-cataclysm people, or if people from the current time have come along and add touches. Because there's like a wooden drawbar on the door that will block it.
So not quite rustic squalor, but close. Okay.
Right.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's good. I'll use the bar and say, yeah, this looks like it's reasonably secured for what it is. I don't know if this door would hold up if somebody tried to kick it in. But yeah, I mean, anytime somebody asks me to do something to plants to encourage their destruction, as in like lighting a fire, I'm all in on it.
Okay.
And I'll start stuffing the branches into the fireplace.
Is there like a large pot or something like that I could maybe try to make a soup?
Well, unfortunately, the pot that you had apparently got sold, so no.
Oh, okay.
Can you
Dang
cook on a
it.
beetle shield? Just a giant wok, right?
Um,
I have-
well, you know, Bob isn't here. Maybe you could scavenge something outside.
Oh, yeah. We're going to scavenge.
Okay.
I'll unbar the door, and I'll watch them as they leave.
All right.
Rex will check out the cars when we go out.
Okay.
See if you can find something that will serve as a pot. We can make some soup. Or if we catch something, we can like roast it over the fire in the fireplace.
Okay.
If I can identify any herbs along the way, I will grab them too for cooking, for flavor.
I mean, there's grasses and leafy plants and that sort of thing. You can poke around, see if you want to find something.
Sure. I mean, not too far because I don't want something to like munch on me as I'm looking. But
All right. Okay. So there's a glint in the grass as you're like stooping down. You're like, I wonder if this moss that has growths on it that look disturbingly a lot like blinking human eyes would go good in soup. You see there is you catch off of the very faint early morning light a glint of gold and something glassy on it.
so I'm going to pause
Okay.
and look at it to examine it further before I move.
It looks like a ring inset with a clear gemstone. It is in excellent condition.
Okay. I'm going to carefully take a stick and try to spear it so I don't actually have to touch it to bring it to me.
Okay. Yeah, you pick it up. It was just kind of pressed in the soil, but it looks to be in excellent condition. Is anyone else searching around? What is probably Sane doing?
Yeah, if Bennett didn't leave the cabin, I'm just leaned up against the door frame with my Mark II blaster covering these two. Assuming
Okay.
it's to Monday and Rex.
All right. Rex, you're poking around what? One of the vehicles?
Yeah, the cars. Since Bob isn't here, I'll open those glove compartments and
Okay.
see if there's anything in a trunk or whatever.
Yeah, the cars are mostly rusted hulks, but when you pop open a storage panel on one of the ground vehicles towards the rear, there's a few cases of rotted remains of clothes. It all looks like it's been fairly thoroughly looted of of goods. However, you do find intact a box that is about maybe 250 millimeters long by 50 millimeters deep by about maybe 25 millimeters high. It's got kind of an interesting design to it. It has yellow lettering in a very difficult to read script, but there's a painting on the cover that depicts fantastic creatures of some kind, and it weighs maybe half a kilogram.
Sure, he'll take that and open it up, see what's in there.
In there are 10. You think there are probably 25 or 30 millimeter figurines, all exquisitely painted. And they appear to be of people holding ancient weapons.
Well, he will hold on to that.
Okay. It looks a lot like one. The figures and poses are different, but it actually looks a lot like one that probably Sane had. All right.
Does it say Dwarven Forge on there?
It does not. It actually does not. Some of the clear but faded writing you can see on it, it's a word you don't understand. It's grenade something. Grenade air, grenade ear. You're not sure.
Okay.
All right. And Kennick, as Monday continues to look, you see something that looks like a very gently curved rod of some kind. You see a glint of a round metal disc at one end of it. It looks like it's made of some kind of wood.
So she's going to take the twig and like try to pull it towards her.
It's probably a good 2 kilograms. It's a little much for a twig.
So she's gonna look at she's gonna look at Rex and say, "I see something here. Keep an eye on me. This might be trouble. So if
Okay.
I get in trouble here grabbing this, try to haul me out." And she's gonna reach forward and try to grab it.
All right. You pick it up. It's like an ornate walking stick, except it has this faint curve to it, and the sort of metal oval at the top of it, and then kind of there's a thin metal handle, but you can tell it had some wrappings on it that would have made a better grip. It's kind of an odd shape and make for a walking stick, but that appears to be all it is. Rex, do you continue to rummage in the vehicle?
Sorry, you broke up there for me. Can you say that again?
Do you continue to rummage in the vehicle?
Oh, yes. And if there's
Okay.
nothing here, I'll check the other ones.
All right. And Bennett's still in the cabin, right, Kevin?
Yeah, I'm just standing in the doorway with my laser rifle
Okay.
out, just in case.
Okay. Let's see. Rex, in the vehicle, you see there is a about 3 centimeter by 10 centimeter corroded brass plate. Perfect little rectangle of brass.
I will see if I can brush off the corrosion and see if it says if there's any markings on it.
Yes, carved into it in very straight letters. It says ROLM, Chairman, Board of Directors. Here, I will see if it'll let me copy and paste that into the chat. Copy and paste.
Rex will try to take that. I mean, if he
Okay.
has to pry it out of there or whatever.
No, you were able to pick it up. All right, so you've got this thing, Kennick. What are you doing with it? Kind of rattles a little bit as you hold it. You get the feeling that it might be in multiple pieces.
I'm gonna look at it
All right.
and try to determine if it's gonna make a good walking stick.
Well, you realize that this is actually some kind of sword in a wooden scabbard.
Oh, so I'm going to try to take the sword out of the scabbard.
All right, it's a little let me see. Yeah, it's a little difficult to pull out. The scabbard itself is swollen with age, but the blade is in good condition. You're gonna have to do something about that handle.
Okay. So I'm going to look around to see if I can find any plant that might act as a twine that I can wrap it in.
All right, so you'll be doing that. Is Rex continuing to search?
Sure.
Okay. Keep coming up with the same stuff. You're not going to find like 4 boxes of miniatures in there. I'm sorry.
Have enough for games with that.
Right?
So they played Warhammer. Is that what you're saying?
That's right.
Only 6,000 Domars.
Yeah. Warhammer 401k. No, you do not find that. Okay. Stuffed up in the wheel well of this vehicle, you find the last item of interest. It looks like a crown. With small jewels studded around it. There is a space for a large jewel, but that jewel is missing. That is the last item of interest you find.
All right.
Okay, so you found a ring, a samurai sword, a box of miniatures, a jeweled crown.
Are these jewels real, or is this like a Burger King type crown?
It's not a Burger King type crown. It's metal.
Oh, okay.
The felt liner is in pretty rough condition, but otherwise it seems to be in good shape.
Well,
and
yeah,
you found that nameplate. You found that nameplate.
So you can be the chairman board of directors when the robot comes back.
That's right.
Okay. How long are you guys going to be staying at the camp?
I figured it was just until morning, but we already walked another 4 kilometers or whatever.
Yeah, you're actually pretty tired, so.
Yeah, so.
Is there any wildlife in that we could try to hunt that we could add to our rations?
I mean, nothing's like there's no deer just hanging around waiting to get ganked, if that's what you're asking.
Oh yeah, I know, but I mean, is there like, do we see signs of like squirrels or rats or field mice or something that we can put in a pot, make a
Or
soup?
sleep.
You don't see anything like that. Sorry.
I'd say we hit the hay.
Yeah.
and get up in the morning and get out of here. Try to get where we're going. I was hoping maybe
man.
there'd be a charging station or something useful in these damn places, but at least there's a roof. I don't
Well,
even
I'm
know if
gonna-
it
It's the
leaks.
Badlands.
Well, I'm
They
gonna
ain't got
take
nothing out here.
the herbs I gathered and make like a broth type of thing for us.
Okay. Yeah, I mean you can absolutely do that. You guys have got a couple of liters of water with your rations each. So
I have a feeling it's gonna taste like Raceland soup.
Yeah, I've had worse. Just yesterday, in fact.
Yeah.
So since nobody has a banjo or anything, I guess we'll eat and then or watch sleep cycle.
Yep.
Yep.
I hope nobody has a banjo, right? Because I don't want to have to kill somebody before we go to bed.
So let's set up a watch cycle.
okay. Who is watching while you guys rest during this day?
I assume that would be the standard. Rex first, Ben
Yeah.
second, and probably.
Okay. Okay. As tired as you guys are, it is not difficult to get to sleep, especially with a little bit of something on your stomach. So, you've set your fire up. You've got your, you got your little campfire. Your soup has been cooked. Oh, your soup is cooked. Let me tell you guys what. All right. And who has third watch, please?
I
That would
think that's
be
probably
Raleigh.
sane, right? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, probably sane. During your watch, are you keeping watch outside or are you just sitting inside? How you doing?
Yeah, that's inside the cabin with the door barred, laser pistol out, aim toward the door. Figure at least make them give some forewarning if they want to come screw with us.
Okay. As you're sitting there, there is a knock at the cabin door.
Single knock, like a fist pound, or does it sound like knuckles?
It's a pretty hearty knock, like, knock, knock, knock.
All right. Well, Rex has gotten the most rest, so I'm going to kick him again if nobody rouses from their slumber, and I'll make my way toward the right side of the door, assuming
Okay.
that it opens up to my left.
Man, can't you get this yourself?
All right, man, go back to sleep.
He'll get up and pull out the laser rifle.
All right, come on up to the door.
There is another.
Who's there?
It's me, Karen.
Well, open it up, Rex.
You open it up.
All right, then keep it covered.
I got you.
All right. I'll go ahead and pull the door in toward me, whichever side that is.
It's Karen. She is in her in the clothes that you guys, I think you gave her like one of the silver lab suits. Yeah, she's in the silver lab suit. It's her. She kind of looks around and says,
Ah, here you are. I had wondered where you had gone, and I see you're cooking food, so Monday must still be alive and well.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. She
Oh,
ain't gonna
and
starve to death, I'll tell you that.
no, of course not. Bennett, are are you is Bennett okay? I trust you are all in operational condition.
Yeah, Bennett's asleep over there, maybe you should wake him up or whatever.
Of
He,
course.
he might be dreaming of you.
All right. She walks over. Bennett, you're roused from your slumber and sitting on the edge of your bed there. Like you're like Monday. What the? Oh, it's Karen.
Hey,
Yeah.
Karen, how you doing?
Yeah, you saved us the trip to having to go back and get you. Uh,
I
how'd you
see.
how'd you find us?
You must have gotten terribly lost. Well,
We yeah
when you didn't
we
show up after an additional day, I went inland. I found the small town called Eula. They were very polite. I think they thought I was a pure strain human. I didn't find it necessary to use any extraordinary means to extract information from them. And then
Wise decision.
I picked up your rather easy to follow footprints along the way, and well, I require far less rest than you do, and here I find myself. If you were
I think
trying to make your way back to the submarine to come and collect me, you certainly did pick the wrong direction.
Yeah, we got kind of hijacked by this weird, I don't know what you'd call it, curating bot.
Bob the
That's
Ranger.
Yeah, Bob.
It was
That's
Bob the
his name.
Ranger.
Yeah, Bob, and he thought that we were in an unsafe place, so he kind of led us over here so we'd have somewhere to sleep with the roof over our heads. As you can see, I guess it's a little better than outside.
Karen, there's some soup left. Help yourself, please.
All right. She goes over and ladles up some soup and consumes it heartily, and just kind of regards you all as she does.
That was
I'm
quite good, but if you prepared it, it's no surprise, Monday. Your culinary capabilities must be commensurate with your enjoyment of food.
Thank you. Yes, I did.
I'll say I'm glad that you found us. It's going to be easier from now on, I guess.
Oh, I am too.
So, what happened with the submarine? I mean, was it?
Well, it's still there on the beach. If you need me to escort you back to it, I have perfectly memorized the directions.
Yeah. With it being damaged beyond belief, there really is no reason for us to go back there now that you're with us. So, we're thinking about maybe trying to find a good path to get back to where we dropped our air car.
And
But
where is that?
well, it's on the other side of the lake. Unfortunately, at least that's where I think it is.
That's approximately 360 kilometers.
Oh, really?
Yes, if you wish to continue going south, I'm not sure what the conditions to the north are like.
You think it's shorter than 360 kilometers if we go north?
No, I don't.
Oh, well, damn, that's not what we were expecting.
So, Karen, the condition of the sub,
Yes.
do you think you can make it feasible that if we stayed on the water and didn't try to submerge, that we could make it back with repairs with our abilities that we currently have to the flip car?
I'm not a repair mechanism. It may work out that way, though.
Well, I understand that, but calculate, can we do it?
Odds are good. The submarine still has functioning ballast pumps. I think as long as the intake of water doesn't exceed their ability to pump it out, and we stay above the surface, we have a pretty good chance of making it.
I look
So-
at the group and say, sounds like we got a way back.
How far is the submarine from here? Do you know?
We got
I'm sorry.
3
Are you
days,
asking
right?
Karen or talking to the
I'm
group?
asking Karen how
Oh.
far she
Oh.
thinks the submarine is from us.
Oh, she knows.
I know, but we really don't, right?
2.173 days.
Okay. And how long do you think it would take us to go the 360 kilometers that's needed to go around?
Well, at maximum human effort, unless you needed someone to carry you, it would take approximately 10 days. Again, at maximum human effort, assuming no stops, walking for a minimum of 12 hours a day.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think we have enough foodstuffs to do that. So, yeah. I guess maybe we are going to try to see what we can do with the submarine, unless you guys want to do something else.
I
mean,
think
could
we
kill
should,
stuff on the trail, right?
yeah.
I mean, we could take the submarine, do whatever you guys want to do, but I like to move forward rather than moving back, if you know what I mean.
I think we should go to the sub and stay on top.
Should be quicker.
All right.
Well, and maybe it'd make it in the time we have with our rations that we have on hand. Although,
We might
you know,
get attacked by a fish again.
that
Maybe
is
that
true.
won't chase us down.
Well, that was
Or hold us
down.
in.
We were down
Nah,
under
it
the
chases
water.
on the
I mean, if
surface,
we're on
too.
top of the water, we should be hopefully less of a target.
Well, it chased us on the surface too. We barely got away, and that was at full speed without a hull breach. But I'm out of my lane on that. I like
Hey,
to
Karen,
play dumb.
Yes.
do you think there's anything we can discourage underwater predators while we were on the sub to consider us something tasty?
I honestly don't know. To many creatures, lots and lots of things look like food.
You didn't happen to see that large? I don't. Was it a fish? Was it an amphibian? I don't have any idea. You didn't see that while you were hanging out in there, did you?
No, Bennett, I didn't.
Is the sub equipped with like? I know we had like spears and such.
Oh,
But
for
is
defense,
there-
the sub does have an electro harpoon.
Is it functional?
Yes.
Good to know.
Yeah, as long as it wants to be a whale and sit in one space.
Hey.
Maybe she has a good chance of hitting something with it. I'm pretty sure I don't. Sure. I mean, I'm not thrilled by this. Just to be plain, but 10 days by land with 7 days of food, and nary we saw any wildlife at all, even though we were threatened not to harm him. I didn't see anything to harm, so I think that might be the better bet. But I'm willing to follow the crowd. So you guys, whatever you want to do.
I
Works for
think we're
me,
gonna have to
man.
reboard the sub and take our chances to get across.
Sounds good.
As for heading back, I'm going to gather more herbs and that to see if I can make some more herb broth while we're on board the sub.
Skunk cabbage stew.
Hmm.
Yummy. Okay,
Hey,
yeah.
if it extends our rations, I'm
Oh,
all
no
for it.
argument. I mean, you're starving, you eat whatever, right?
Dandelion
Shoes,
salad.
cardboard, rocks, so your stomach's at least feeling a little more full. Yeah. Okay, well, I mean, I guess we'll rest the rest of the night. Although we were close to the end anyway, right? So.
Well, I mean, it's day. Do you guys got to these cabins around dawn?
Oh,
And you
sleeping
searched
during
around for a couple of hours and you had been sleeping. So yeah, it's like mid-afternoon.
the day. Oh, okay. Well,
So, Karen, can we make it from this point of time to the sub during the daylight, or should we stay here and start in the morning?
That's up to you. I don't care when I travel.
Daylight tends to be more safe for us. So, what is the most efficient method for us to safely make it back to the sub?
Well, we travel till the night, right? And then we make camp. And then we travel the whole of the next day and make camp. And then we leave the next morning. And we get there in a couple hours.
it sounds like a plan to me as far as I see it.
Probably sane is most assuredly correct.
All
And
right.
maybe we can meet up on the way by that, that ranger station or whatever it was, visitor center, whatever he called it, and be able to look at it without somebody, shaking their finger at us.
Ah, the ruins.
Yeah. So, did you see the ruins on the way up, Karen? Or
Oh, I was just in a hurry to catch up with you,
okay,
folks.
yeah, us, not just me, but okay. Hey, I understand that. We're in mixed company. So yeah, I think we'd want to stop by that other visitor center first if we could, and then we'll head out from there. It's only what 2 kilometers out or something.
Yeah, it's
So-
it's not a long walk at all. So if you leave now, you'll get there in about an hour or so.
As we walk, I'm gonna point out plants and spew garbage. No, I'm not
Okay.
stopping like Bob, but I'll just let Karen know that we learned some stuff on the way.
Okay. She pays rapt attention to you. Yeah, so it's late afternoon when you get to the visitor center ruins, and that is where we will go ahead and stick a pin in it, guys. We'll pick this up next week. Thank you, everyone who came back to watch our Gamma World Follies. I greatly appreciate it. New subscribers and old. And if you haven't already, please do click the subscribe button and the bell icon for notifications. I want to thank Kevin for making it tonight, for Dooms for swinging by, Kennick, and of course Yang Yan Zhao. I appreciate all your participation tonight, and it's good to have you back in Gamma World. As for my own bad self, as I said, Monday is going to be a little hectic for me, but I will hopefully be able to make it for a Monday show. Otherwise, I will keep you guys informed. You can follow me over on Twitter at @A_Dungeon Delver or subscribe to me here on YouTube. But until then, whether you're walking through fantasy forests or stalking the wasteland, keep your eyes peeled for those dreaded owl bears. Good night and peace.
Have you seen my owl bear? Here's to all the weirdos everywhere in the woods and in the air. Have you seen my owl bear? Should I shave off all my hair? Bobs are all around, some live in tunnels underground. Some are fat, some are rich, some are sleeping in a ditch. Can you ride a crooked horse without a saddle way off course? Naked as a toad all the way to Smoky Joe's. Have you seen the little creep driving fast in his little green Jeep? He smells like fish and brandy, but his rotten teeth look dandy. Take me to the show, I don't care if fast or slow. From action flicks to dancing dicks, just take me